Alright, so first of all, to disclaimer, the video I just made I used the term open-minded, and my mom told me this when she heard I was visiting the church called Unity, because I was taken by it. I was like, this church doesn't matter what your background is. You go in there, you're uh, atheist, agnostic, Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, it doesn't matter. You go in there, you hold hands, you're part of the family, and I thought this is how church should be. I mean, who am I to judge somebody? And there is a kind of inclusive love that Christians should have, teaching in the Bible, but Jesus said, "No one comes to the Father but by me." So there is exclusive claim on salvation, Christ alone. And so that was, and that kind of segues from the video about Pope Francis, because I saw a video, a link to it. I haven't watched it yet, but about him praying for or with other religions, and I hope that doesn't. I hope it's not universalist like, but I saw this other guy that Catholics are making reaching new heights because they are reading the Bible for themselves, and they're kind of coming out of the Reformation. I've learned a lot by watching the videos about the Reformation. The five solas and the tulip doctrines and what that means and how the Bible explains that. But these acronyms, it was J.I. Packer who gave the analogy like a river, and he said that the solas, or the 5 points of tulip, are like buoys that mark the channel of the river. It's the most smoothest route. Yeah, and so hopefully Catholics they're coming into the Reformation through the Bible, like every other Reformed person does. Okay, and so I started watching some videos. I looked at Thunderfoot's page, and I did some minor research on Rebecca Watson, because she's a feminist, and I didn't want to shut it out right away just by the term feminist, because I read the biography, the shorter version of Jonathan Edwards, and part in there said that he was kind of like a feminist. I mean, back in his time, this is 17th century Puritan, but I imagine he saw in the Christians of his time, it was getting too far male dominated, and he didn't see that as balanced, and so that's probably why he supported a lot of feminist things. But I can't go that far, because she was talking about this abstinence only lessons, and how that's too restrictive for children. And so I put a comment on there. I said, if abstinence only lessons are too restrictive for children, why don't we teach them about the sanctity of marriage? But I had to put a disclaimer on there because the term marriage is so vague now. I believe marriage is between a female and male. And I flipped it around because talking to feminists probably, and but I know the Bible puts it male and female because that time was different. I mean, women saw themselves as an object that hopefully a man would take them in and take care of her, But since the feminist movement, now we are back to how God made. I mean, God made them male and female, referring to marriage, two halves of one whole. I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for my wife, and hopefully I can live in a way that fits my role in the relationship and can bring out the best in her, complement the best in her.